Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Treetopchat. I hope that everybody's doing okay all over the world, despite the lockdowns and other bad things that are happening now with additional spread of the virus. But you can be sure that whatever happens in the world, you can always check in on the Treetopchat on Fridays. If you missed the episodes, you can see them on our IGTV or YouTube channel. So last week we had a very nice conversation with our longtime friend Peter de Vries from Canada. So if you missed that, check it out on the IGTV or YouTube channel as well. So a bit of an update from the store. We have some new stuff in from Arbortech, some of the new Breed Flex Legacy trousers in denim look. We have also started to stock up some of the Fanner arborist version of the climbing trousers, in addition to the the other versions we have available. We also have winter's coming, so we brought in some Fanner ice grip gloves and some other stuff you can see on the homepage. So today we are moving a little bit to Norway, to be precise, and we will be speaking to Cathrine Kaas, who is an arborist from Norway, about her experiences, her tips, and some other things. So as usual, if you have any questions for us today, tap them down below and we will try to address them either as we speak or at the end. So welcome, Cathrine. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So you're at home, I see.
Yes, I'm home now.
Yeah, good. Been a long day?
Yeah, quite. Both a bit long because lots of walking and stuff and felling, and you get tired. So it's nice to be back home and relax.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I have to ask you, where do you live in Norway?
Outside Stavanger.
Ah, Stavanger.
Yeah, it's actually with the Pulpit Rock.
That explains all the scenery in your Instagram pictures and feeds.
Yes. Yeah, I
Nice,
love the
very
mountain.
nice. Yeah, very. So, but you have the Gulf Stream going by, right? So you don't get harsh winters, or?
Yeah, we don't have like the harsh winters. We have like it's cold, maybe
Yeah,
minus 10, but we don't usually get so much snow.
exactly.
So so it's so when we get snow, it's like, well, let's have a free and go have fun in the snow.
But I suppose you get snow in the mountains, right?
Yes, we get snow in the mountains.
Yeah. So tell me, how did you end up in the tree care kind of foresty business?
Yeah, I started up because of Kenneth i Ryfylke Skogas, because I live with him.
Yeah,
And he had been
that's a
doing
good
this for,
reason.
hmm?
That's a good reason.
Yeah, he had been doing this for 20 years, and he was, can you please join me? And okay. I went for some maybe 8, 9 years ago. I was just a little bit in the weekends, and then I got another job, so I started there, and now I have been here for 3 years. Three, yeah.
Okay,
So I don't
nice,
miss the
nice,
other jobs.
cool. So what did you do before you started in this line of work?
I work at a grocery store,
Okay.
but on my paper, I'm a hairdresser. So, yeah,
Nice,
I've been
nice.
doing lots of stuff. I'm usually quick learning, so I like to do
That's good.
creative stuff. Mm.
Good. So what kind of work do you do? You seem to be doing all kinds of things, even from climbing, felling, brush cutting, everything. So
Yeah, we do a
so
lot. It's mostly line clearance, and then you do like the tree felling, and we do a little bit climbing. I'm not so good climbing. I'm still learning.
okay.
Yeah, Kenneth do mostly the climbing, and I'm doing a little bit between to learn. I'm a bit afraid of the height.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, but it's going better and better if I get to do it much. And we do like with the clearing saw
yeah.
and lots of all the small what do you call, under the line, it's lots of small trees you have to take all the way. And we do, we have the timber wolf, so we do chopping.
Okay.
I think we do almost everything, and we have like the long saw. We call it the long, go and get the saw from hell, because it's like, it gets so long.
Yeah, that's good exercise for your shoulders, right?
Yeah, very, you can say, if you stand like this all day.
Yeah. You have to buy one of those little things you have when you're flying to protect your neck.
Yeah, maybe next time I should
So
do
I
that.
suppose if you're doing a lot of clearing under power lines and such, I suppose we have, fixed agreements with, some power companies, or?
Yeah, we have. So I do that almost 100% of the time.
Okay.
So that's very nice, because I always have a job.
Yeah, exactly. So, we talked about this in the beginning about, the incredible nature and scenery, is that, where you are, where you live and work. So, is that one of the perks you think of working in Norway, having this beautiful scenery and, nature around you?
Yes, I think so. That's why I wanted to start, because I do like to go out and be in the mountains and stuff. And now I got to see places I maybe haven't seen before, because we go after the power lines, and the power lines don't often go with the road. You have to go up the mountain and down the mountain, and so it's lots of walking. And I always find, today I found a beautiful river, so that was nice.
So, which you didn't know about?
Yeah, I did know about it, but I haven't stopped there before, because you usually don't try to find where can I go over the river. But we had to go over, because, of course, the power line was on the other side.
So there are actually passings over, like bridges or stuff you can walk over, or?
Sometimes. Or you have to find a boat, and then you have to have the boat with you. So we can do that too.
But in kind of white water, rushes, it seems to be hard to get a boat. It sounds a bit dangerous.
To have one more time.
You just go up there looking for a boat to pass the river.
Yeah, we can borrow one from the power company, maybe.
Oh, okay. I suppose they have.
And we have like the islands outside of Stavanger. But then we have our own boat, so we travel mostly in the summer to the places, because I'm not so a fan of the big
of the waves.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year, it could be kind of harsh,
Yeah.
Bit rough.
Yeah.
Bit rough.
Yeah. I like it when it's like a.
Nice. So, from your perspective, how has the Scandinavian arbor market developed? You've been in this industry for some time now, but over the past few years, and where do you think you're going? Is this a growing industry in Norway as well?
Yeah, I think so. It's because people like power lines always need someone to clear the lines anyway for us. And I can see many people now doing living only in tree industry.
Yeah.
So but of course, when I started Instagram, I got to know many people. So for me, it's like, wow, it's so many.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I get to know new people all over the world. Especially, I know many in Norway now too. So it's holding on to this, and I think it's a growing industry.
So in terms of, if you're moving in the big cities, like Oslo, Stavanger, Bergen, for instance, and kind of urban trees, is that something you work with as well? The trees within the kind of the city center? Because that's a big focus now, I think.
Yeah, we don't work with.
You don't do that kind of work?
No. We have like private jobs, but it's more outside the big city.
Okay. Well, we have some friends in Kiruna up north, and they do a lot of clearing of power lines from ice and snow in the winter. Is that something you don't really have to do since you're got kind of mild winters?
Yeah, we don't do that. We have like the mild winter, so we don't
Yeah.
have to do that. But we have to be alert in the winter because we got a lot of winds. So we have to, if we get storms, we have to be available to go out in the nights and
Okay, so
put out
so
the
they
trees.
they can call you in the middle of the night and say we need you over here now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
and I suppose they pay for that as well, right?
Yes. Of course.
That kind of money is typically quite good,
Yeah.
unless you have to go out in a storm.
Yeah. I haven't been out for many storms, but Kenneth has been out for many because he's been here for 20 years.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So you're an avid hiker as well. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing when you're out hiking.
For my in the private.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to go out hiking. I was it's not that far. I was on with my daughter. We went hiking because she had free from school. So I said, let's do something fun. And I took her hiking and said, it's just over the top. And I had forgotten that it was so long. So we went for 6.5 hours hiking up and down. And when we finally come to the top, it's like the beautiful view. But of course, there was raining and it was fog, so we didn't see a damn thing.
Oh my God! And I suppose she was pretty tired after that.
Yeah, she was like, Mom, next time you will not get to choose what we shall do.
But she still calls you mom, right?
Yeah, she still does that.
How old is she?
She's soon 10.
Okay, well.
Yeah, so it was a bit long for her. It was over 1 mile in the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, but
in that terrain as well. So we're
yeah,
not talking about walking in the street, right?
no, it was a top after top. But I do love to walk on the top because it's like when you come to the top, you get like a present to see how beautiful it is.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I do like
Nice.
to walk.
Yeah. Somebody said it's very impressive here on the comment field. So I suppose it has to do with the Norwegian DNA. You're tough people over there.
No, thank you. Hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you have another hobby which is quite different from kind of your day job, and you're doing a lot of knitting of children's clothes, right?
Yeah, it's mostly sewing. I make children clothes, so that's fun.
Okay.
And I do knit too, but not that much because I usually like it when I'm finished the same day with stuff. So knitting is like 3 months later, I may be finished. I'm like a restless person.
Yeah.
But I do love. I have been sewing now for 10 years. So I started when I got my daughter. So she had only homemade clothes.
Okay. And so it's all your own designs and everything, and
Many of them are my own, but some I bought the recipe for.
Okay. Or maybe steal with pride.
No. Yeah, I can say it's mine because I made them like them how they look, but I always tag the name of the one I bought them from.
Okay. Well, you said you wanted to finish things in one day, so you can actually finish a garment in one day?
For sewing, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can sew. One time I made was a 40 hats in one day. Yeah, I made you see the hat I usually use with Ryfylkesko.
Yeah.
I made it my own, So it's
Okay.
my own made homemade.
Okay.
Yeah, and I made my. I usually make in the summer. I use like singlets for walking,
Yeah.
and I made them too.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So, is this something, that is kind of commercial? You sell them online, or do you sell them to friends and take orders from friends and family, or?
I do sell them if somebody wants. I usually go on like a Christmas fair.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's a bit difficult this year
Yeah, exactly.
because of the corona.
Yeah.
So this year I
So,
just
so,
sewing and making them, put them out of Instagram or Facebook.
okay. So now you have a good stock of clothes to sell when Corona is over, right?
Yes, I have. But of course, I'm making Christmas present too. I have
Of
lots of
course, of course.
aunt children.
Okay.
Mm.
So, yeah.
They always
So
want it.
I hope they don't see this, because then they know what they will get for Christmas.
Yeah, they always know what I get for Christmas from me. Yeah, but I
That's
like it.
that's a bit of a standard, right?
Yeah.
So, tell us about your Instagram account, which is always interesting. How do you think you became so popular and among arborists?
Yeah, yeah. It started actually with me putting out picture of the nature because when I started working, I was like, "Oh, it's so nice! I want to show everybody else." So it started in the beginning. I put out picture of only the nature and of sometimes with a chainsaw, and it developed because I saw people thought it was nice. So I
Yeah,
put out more and more, and I don't know. I think maybe people follow me because I make put out much of the nature, and I do like to show what we do every day. I usually take pictures, not every day because when it's raining, I don't want to put out the phone. And we live in Stavanger, so we got lots of rain.
yeah, exactly. Just
So
gonna say that.
but I don't know why people follow me. I think it's very nice they want to follow me, but I hope
Yeah.
that I put out what I want, and I usually is a beautiful view, and I like to show that women can do stuff too, not only the men.
No, exactly. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So in terms of, you're taking those pictures, the scenery you put out there, is that something you've trained on, or, is there like, you're working with the background and check, where the picture is going to be good, or do you just take a picture?
I just take a picture.
You just take a picture.
Yeah, I took off the phone. I take a picture, or maybe Kenneth takes the picture. Can you take a picture? I will smile.
Hmm. Well, in that case, you've been very lucky, because a lot of the pictures are very, very nice, I think.
Yeah, the only one we planned was when we went to the Pulpit Rock.
Okay.
When was that? Maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
That one we planned. We had like a fun time on our free time. It was like, yes, let's carry the chainsaw all the way up to the Pulpit Rock in the morning, and people hasn't come to the Pulpit Rock yet, so we had the whole Pulpit Rock for ourselves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that
Is,
was
is,
lucky because we probably would look like two smart people with the biggest. We had the 572 with us, so it was a big
ah,
chainsaw. So, hello.
that's heavy.
Yeah,
So is that like a scenery spot you're talking about now?
yeah, the Pulpit Rock. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very famous. Usually in the summer, it's full of tourists.
Okay. I
Yeah,
need to go there, I think.
yeah, it's very nice.
I haven't been there. I haven't even been to Stavanger, to be honest, but
Yeah,
most,
you
most,
should come, and should come and say hello. I will
yeah.
take you to the Pulpit Rock.
Sounds good. I'll
Yeah,
put that in my calendar
do
for
that.
for or my bucket list,
Yeah,
things to do, right?
things to do. That's correct.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what is your best tip for? We talked about this as well. You said that it's good to show that women can do things and not only men. So, what is your best tip for women looking at getting into the arborist industry?
My tip is just jump in it. If you like it, you you should do it. It's the same for women like men. I think it's like I wanted to do it and I liked it and I just stayed. But I was very lucky because Kenneth, he's like, do that, and he is learning me very good what to do. I still remember he said, you can take that big tree, and it's like, alone? because if I take it the wrong way, you know, there's a power lines at the back.
Exactly, it's going to be expensive.
Yeah, but or I would die. The power is on.
Yeah, that's a bigger issue, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. But of course, we have insurance, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would just tell them to go for it. I think we can do all the same that men can do, and it's like me with the climbing. I'm a little bit afraid of the height, but I push. I can do it, and I made it. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
So is that some? Yeah. Have you done any trainings, or is Kenneth training you in terms of the climbing?
No, I went with a training course with Maggie. You talked to her. We went on the same course. It was more basic climbing course, so I can take more climbing course after. I couldn't actually take them now, but I wanted to still do the basic stuff while first, because we don't do that much climbing, because usually we can just put down the whole tree.
Yeah.
So it goes much faster.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I talked about. You know, in terms of the urban arborist and urban in tree care, where you have to take down in a more controlled way and just sort of felling the whole tree. So okay. So what is your funniest on the job story?
On the job story?
Yeah, I suppose you have a few. You're smiling already.
Yeah, actually, I didn't think it was that funny then, but now I think it's very funny if you see back on the time, because we was cutting under the power line. It was me, Kenneth, and another guy, and we had like the phone with talking to each other, and I was cutting and taking the small, what do you call, brush on the tree, on the power lines. And suddenly it was like, why is my ass hurting so much? I'm just kidding. I was like, what is this? And I was like, seeing all the bees coming around me. I was just, and Kenneth was yelling because I started to scream, and they was, what the hell is happening in their head? And I was screaming, and he was, stand, please stand, don't move. Ha 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 ha. The chainsaw fly. I throw everything away and I run up to the car. Everything closed right off me, and jumped into the car, and I was still screaming.
So,
and the best part was after I was screaming, and the poor people on the other side hear me screaming. I got I went to the doctor to see, because I had so many what do you call stick?
Yeah. So you were stung quite a few times, huh?
Yeah. Then I went to the doctor, and they drive me to the doctor after, and I went in just my trousers and my t-shirt, no shoes, no pants, anything. And I was like, hello, can somebody check my ass? And the man that was sitting, an old man in the room waiting to come into it, he was like, oh my God, I was so laughing after. It was not that good. I had like 10 bites in my ass.
Oh.
So every time we see some bees, I just freeze, and everybody else is like, Katrina, you want to take this? No. Who should know? I didn't know there were bees under the ground. It was not in the tree.
Actually, so the bees, did they come from a tree, or did they come from the ground, or was it wasps? They
come from the ground. So it was wasp.
Yeah,
exactly. Call it. So I was painful.
They're vicious little things.
But so before I was afraid of snakes, and now I'm afraid of bees, not the snakes.
Oh, okay. See what happens next time. So what happened to the poor man in the waiting room? Did he get a heart attack or?
I don't think so. They let me right into the doctor because I didn't have anything on me. So
That,
yeah,
that was a good story.
yeah, it's a good story. I still laugh. So now I didn't laugh then, and I
No.
feel a bit because we had like a transporter car at that time. It was me in the middle and the two men in the sides, and I was just in my trousers and a t-shirt. And said, "Hello."
So I think we have some questions here, right?
Yeah.
Um, that's actually our next question. What's your favorite piece of gear? What can you not get through the day without?
My chainsaw.
Your
I
chainsaw. I
I
had a feeling you were
do
going to
love.
say that.
Yeah, I do love my 550. It's so easy to work with. I usually do. I often that's the most one I use every day. I
Okay.
use it every day. So I maybe use like the brush cutter and stuff too, but I usually prefer the chainsaw.
Yeah. So you
Because
don't have any electrical?
yes, I do love when I'm climbing. I do love the new one, the T 540.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
that was easy for me to start and cut nice, and I do like that one because I saw it when we was on the course too. Everybody, we I just pushed the button and cut it down, and everybody else was like,
That's good.
yeah.
Mm.
So I'm very happy with those two. I used that one when I climb, and the other one usually when I fell. Of course, I do use the 572 and stuff too when I do bigger trees, because we do sometimes have to help like with the wood machines,
Yeah,
and usually the trees is much bigger then because we have to take the one closest to the power lines for them.
yeah.
So actually, we always get the biggest one because
Okay,
they are not
okay.
allowed to drive to the power lines too close.
So do you work with any other kind of forest machinery or is it chainsaw predominantly?
Chainsaw. No, I do use the Timberwolf.
I use the Timberwolf, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I usually drive it, or I usually get the job of feeding it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so that's nice too. I do like that. It's a bit noisy, but it's good.
Yeah. Is that we had I think we had a question here from somebody, asking if you encounter a lot of animals.
One more time, if I have.
So if you see a lot of animals when you're working,
Yeah, I did see actually
moose?
moose. One, it was for some days ago,
Okay.
and of course we see a lots of Bambi. I don't know what called Bambi. Rådyr.
Deer, like deer.
Deer, yeah, we do
Yeah.
see lots of deer. I don't see that much. Of course, you see the normal like squirrel and normal
But
stuff.
you don't get bear and stuff up there?
No, we don't have that in Stavanger, this area in Norway. We don't have like bears or wolves or anything.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like the moose is the biggest one we can see.
the moose is the biggest one. We have
Mm.
uh, we have a question here from Anadi in India.
Yeah.
How big are the trees you work with?
How big does the tree get? Ah, high.
How big trees do you have when you're?
Yeah, it's nothing like that they have in India. we have like we maybe have like baby trees
Baby trees.
instead of what they have in India. When I see what they are climbing, uh, I don't know how big they are. I haven't thinking about it. Maybe it's 20 or 30. I'm not sure. I usually just fell them.
Yeah, you
So
don't
we
have
have
very
like the
big trees.
normal trees like you have in Sweden.
Yeah. So it's predominantly pine and fir you're working with, right?
Yeah, mostly. But we do always we do other trees too. We
Yeah.
oak and stuff.
Okay. Oak and beech and things.
Mm. So it's lots of
Okay.
different.
So from the smile on your face and the story, I can tell that you're really like what you're doing, right?
Yes, I do like it.
So how long are you going to continue?
I'm gonna continue to. I'm too old.
Oh,
Too old. We have to see.
yeah,
It depends on the health. But
yeah,
I feel that I can do this in many years because
yeah,
I do like it.
yeah. Good training. You get strong as well, huh?
Yes, I actually when I started, I was thinking I should go to the gym and then
Yeah,
do this. But that did not work because I was so tired after the work, and I think it's too much because I have like a family too. And
yeah,
but when I finished one day at this work today, I have been walking for I don't know how far. We have done lots of walking. I've been
yeah.
climbing in the river because we had to take off the trees in the middle of the river, uh, and walking up down the hill and down the hill, and so it's lots of work out. It's not only we don't drive to the tree and take it down, so we have to walk to the tree,
Exactly. So
and we
you,
have
you
to.
don't you don't use any 4x4 vehicles or anything like that, you know?
No, we drive because there are usually no place to drive. So we drive to the farthest we can, and then we put on the chainsaw. One hand with the chainsaw, one with oil and
Petrol.
benzene, the gas.
Yeah,
And usually we take me with a backpack with
yeah.
food and stuff because it's too far maybe to go back to the car to get food.
Okay.
Mm,
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
So yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Yo.
Cathrine. I'm not sure if we have any additional questions from the audience.
No. Thank you for letting me come on. I've been like having butterflies all day because speaking English.
I think it's very good. It's very 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 nice conversation today, I think.
Yeah, I
So
started with actually calling my sister, and we was only laughing and laughing and laughing like all the makeup went down. So I was like, oh my god, I'm going to just laugh the whole day. But it went better.
okay.
Yeah, I think it
Well,
did.
it was very nice to have you on. Thank you everybody watching live and watching afterwards. So we won't keep you any further. If you want to see this on our IGTV or YouTube channel, feel free to check it out. If you have any suggestions or anything, give us a shout. And with that said, have a very nice weekend, everybody. Stay safe, stay away from crowds, stay healthy, and have a very nice weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday. Thank you. Bye,
Goodbye.
Cathrine.
Goodbye.
Take care. Thank you.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.